Hello. Wow, that connected quicker than I thought it was going to. Uh, just trying to get things set here. So bear with me. All right. I think hopefully that will work, you guys. Okay. This is amazing. I have my new stand and I can set, I've got my dragon eye on my frame, and I have actually the computer sitting next to it, just kind of sitting on the frame because these stands are so freaking sturdy. They're amazing. Um, Hi, Nikki. Can everybody hear me okay? Hi, Sandy. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I am going to try to scoot a little closer here. Hi, Erin. I'm going to finish this thread and then I am going to work more up here so you guys can see me. So just bear with me. I was working on this while I was waiting. I have learned a lesson, and Sandy, you're probably going to be jumping for joy on this one. With the dragon, I have been doing 4 strands tent stitching, and I started in a frame in my Q-snap, and then I went to in hand. And now I'm back because I've got my amazing stand and my frames from Whatabiz. Thank you, Sandy, again. They are spectacular. However, when I did this in hand, it was kind of when right? Look at that. Look at that. It even shows up in my camera. Um, I was learning how to do in hand, and so some of my stitches were pulled a little tighter than others, and when I put it on this frame, I want to cry. I'm going to keep going with it, obviously. I'm going to stick to the tent stitching with this one, but I did learn a lesson that with doing it in hand and then trying to put it on a frame, you can't really see it, but these are all ripples all through here, and it's my tension was so bad, and so when I go to put it on the frame, it won't, because this material is just so soft, it won't like stretch it out this way. I even have the one of the end things that kind of pull it to the side, and it still will not. So this was all me learning how to stitch in hand. Have been doing all my other ones now full cross for my 20 count. But again, my 20 count, I started out on a frame and it's going to continue on a frame. So I am finding that stitching on these frames and with the stands and how comfortable it is that full cross is, it's kind of brought back a little bit more joy on the full cross for me versus the tent stitching. And the tent stitching, you can get a lot more done. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not giving it up completely. But my new one that I've been working on, my birthday present, the Indian, she's full cross, full cross, and then, gosh, I got a couple more that I had started full cross. So, like I said, I'm not giving up tent, but it's just not even the tent stitching. Maybe it's just going from into the frame. I'm not sure. But I did get quite a bit done while we were on vacation. I worked on it quite a bit. I got a lot up in here done. I got some down in here. It doesn't look like I've had much progress, but I really have. All of this, I did quite a bit. So it is coming together. Again, I have until April, so I'm okay. Just trying to think what color I want to do to make it a little bit more comfortable while sitting here with you guys. Let's see. want a color that kind of stands out and I don't have to think much. So I think I'm going to do whatever this X is here. So number 27. And another thing that's so awesome, look at this. These things are so big that I can put my key there. I've got my needle minder. And then if you go over here, there's my laptop sitting right there where I can see everybody's comments. You're right in my face. I'm going to see if I can get this a little bit closer for you guys here. No, still crooked. I am not good at trying to figure out, whoops, how to straighten things up here. There we go. Hi, Angela. Hi, Jody. Okay, I was going to do this one. So number 27. Oops. Dropped all my floss. 27. Hopefully everybody had a good couple of weeks. I almost didn't make it for the stream tonight. I have been off all week and forgot that today was a holiday, but then also forgot that it was Monday. I had it stuck in my head that it was Sunday. And then once I realized that it was Monday, I was like, oh boy, am I going to have enough time to do this? But I got it. It's amazing how when you have time off, you kind of lose track of what day it is. It does. It feels like a Sunday, obviously, because we go to work tomorrow. I don't want to go back. I just want to be a stay-at-home stitcher. I got quite a bit done on my new start over the weekend. Okay. Here we go, you guys. Oh, you wouldn't think I'd be so darn tired having so much time off from work. Okay. I think that's a K up there. My eyes are pretty tired tonight too, so we're going to start down here. Of course, I'm starting just outside of the camera, aren't I? Or close to it. Get that. There we go. Hi, Joy. Girl, I don't even have a retirement account, so you're going to be waiting a long time, honey. I did finally talk to my bank, and I can start an IRA. I always thought you had to have like a few $1,000s to start one, and I can actually open one at $25, and I don't start gaining anything until it hits $250. But heck, $25 is doable to start and then set it up on an auto deposit. So I will be getting a retirement soon. Then I'll be a big girl. Oh. Boy, you guys learned a lot about me tonight. Linda doesn't have a retirement. Linda works for a nonprofit animal shelter. And before that, she was a vet tech. I did have a retirement, and my dumbass cashed it out and paid over half in penalties for early withdrawal. Fun facts of Linda the Vet Tech. This feels so weird from going from the one that I've been working on, the full cross, to the tent stitching. And they're actually obviously going in a lot smoother on the stand, because I can tell which ones I've done on the stand and which ones I did trying to do in hand. Oh, joyful. All right, that's it. I'm moving in with you, honey. You got to take my dogs too. Oh. So is everybody ready for the auction next weekend? I tell you, I knew better, but I woke up Saturday morning, bring them all. Oh, I will. um, I woke up Saturday morning and it was like, I don't know, 8:03. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm late. And I pulled up the group and was like, oh, she hasn't posted anything. And then the date set in. I'm like, oh man, I don't know why. I kept thinking it was the last weekend. I know better. It's the first full weekend of the month, which is next weekend. But it was kind of a letdown. I was pretty excited. So we have something to look forward to for next weekend. Some of those images are amazing. Joy, you should really think about doing the Halloween stitch along with me, with us. Can't tell if that's I think that is. I think the stitch along, the images will be on the site, I believe on Wednesday, right, Sandy? Hopefully we get a lot of people signed up. I love Halloween. I was pretty excited about the stitch along. I know that gives us what, 3? Some of you 4. I have the dragon eye, and then the first color by color, and then now I will be doing the Halloween one as well. Why does that just seem so orange to me? I do. Sorry, girls. I just want to make sure that I'm not doing the wrong color. I think I am. Son of a gun. All right. Maybe I should have just called it a day. That is pink. I grabbed number 27, which is for the purple ones. So here we go. Son of a I could cry right now. My gut instinct was telling me this, just the color just was not going with where I should be in the eye. So the pink and purple in this, they really do look close. Oops. Come on. Grab that by mistake there. Can shove you back down in. Please tell me you guys do this too, where you goof up on a color and you have to frog. So I'm not alone in life, I guess. This must be up here first. I was making good progress too. It was on fire. All right. Way over here. I don't make any sense with where I go with my stitches either. I don't have a direction. Hi, Jen. Well, it wasn't 300, but it sure feels like it. I actually, when I was doing counted cross stitch, I goofed up. Not on the wrong color, but I goofed up on my count, and I had gotten, oh gosh, a good chunk of it done, and it wasn't lining up, and I ended up just tossing it because there was no at that point, and it was at a part of the project that I couldn't even throw any, just some random stitches in because it would not line up whatsoever. So that was a waste. That was back before digital, um, like the pattern keepers and stuff like that. So lesson learned tonight on the stream is always triple check your symbols and the color of your symbols so that you don't have to do this. Ta-da! Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just need to put them in timeout. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try this again. I want pink. Pink. Number 41. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. Wow. This is a huge difference between the two colors. Now, when I look at my picture, I guess this one would work too. I'm doing down in this area here. That makes more sense to me. Okay. Double check. Number 41. Pink X's. Pink X, 41. Sometimes I'll do that and we'll be watching TV and all of a sudden I just blurt out to myself, Pink X, number 41. My husband just over there and just kind of looks at me like, okay. No, all good. Talking to myself. Put this one back in here. It is soul destroying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the one thing about one another thing though too is I guess life has evolved. Now they have the um the gridded fabric. Back when I started originally, they didn't have any of that. And then I don't know where I had learned it, but it was quite a few years into it that I found that you could use the blue transfer pen or like a sewing pen. It's in the sewing department. It's blue and it's one that you can mark your projects and it's water soluble. And so then I was drawing grid lines on my Ada, and that worked really well. And that was a lot cheaper than buying the gridded fabric. So I did that for quite a while. Actually, my two Heaven and Earth designs, my two finishes were done with the hand drawn um, grid lines. Ooh, Jen, that's not good. Is it just the print got? Yeah, personalization. Yep. I wonder if you'd be able to kind of fill it in with the key, looking at the key. But I guess if it's off, is it off all the way through? Like, would you be able to catch up at the last row type thing? Well, no, that would only work if you started in one direction and just kept going. So if you go all the way all over the project like I do, that wouldn't work to try to fix it at the end. Oh no. I do know that it's for me anyways, it's different um because this is one of the older prints. I think it's one of the newer older prints. But going from the new prints to this sometimes is like, whoa, okay. Um, there's a lot going on there. The newer prints, for me, anyways, I think that's a pink. Okay. The newer prints are just so soothing on my eyes, the colors of them. Um, but I also find too that I do better with the solid colors. Am I still in the camera? Where am I? I'm right here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wondered that because that's one thing that's nice about the stamps is that you can stitch all over the place. Hi, Sharon. My new start, I got to give her a name. You guys got to help me come up with a name for my newest Indian, because the first one, uh, she's Native Beauty. She will always be Native Beauty. So this one here, I got to come up with a way to what to call her to keep her separated. But anyways, with her, I'm doing the parking method because she's max color, and so I got sick of ending my threads and starting them, and so got myself some bobbins, and then I've never used them before, so I got them off from Amazon the other day, and then I noticed that one of his has them now, so I'm really excited about that. And of course, they're uh, way more for half the price, um, so that's exciting. So when I order my Halloween stitch long, I am going to order some more bobbins. I love them. They keep everything out of my way, and my back is less messy because I don't have so many knots. Um, I've done parking before, but I never had any. I never got the bobbins to help hold the thread, and so I'd get frustrated because the thread would get caught on each other and tangled, and but this one here, it's been going really good, so I'm pretty excited. And then I also have it in digital, and I've always done Pattern Keeper, and so I'm using, what am I using, Sandy? Goodness, I can't remember the name of it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever it is, it works. Um, what I like about that is that you can actually pull up your statistics. And so I don't know if you guys noticed or not that I got really like 1.3% type thing markup. Yes, thank you, Jody. Um, I'm new to it, and so I'm still learning it, but I really like that I can look it up and it tells me how many stitches I've done, how many I have to go, and then it will also tell me how many hours I stitched that day, what my average is, and of course, it thinks that I am like fast and amazing because when I started doing it, I had already had a lot done, and so I just filled them all in. And so it thinks that I am like this massively fast stitcher. So my stats are a little bit off on my averages, but it's really nice to know, how many stitches you put in a day. And the one thing that I don't like about it is that I didn't have this problem with Pattern Keeper, and I don't know if it's just because Pattern Keeper they are specifically made for that program, but with the markup, I will search a symbol and it won't catch them all, or it'll pick up other symbols, and so that's really the only downfall. Um, I still prefer Pattern Keeper. Um, but I like how this one shows me my little statistics a little bit more in depth than what Pattern Keeper did. Um, but I mean, it's nice. It's fun to keep track of, and it's still, the keys are amazing. I love our booklets, but I've gotten so used to having the digital, and a lot of that is just so I can keep track. For some odd reason, and I know I will never stitch them again, but these booklets are like treasures to me. Um, they're like an actual book. So if anybody knows me, knows I am very particular with my books. You don't bend the covers. I won't lend them out. I tend to, every book that I read, I have to own. So I have a little bit of a habit, I'm trying to break and trying to tell myself that it's okay. I don't need to own every single book I've ever read. So these booklets that we get with our kits to me are like books. I can't write in them. There's no way. Um, I did do with Reggie, I had made a couple photocopies so that I could mark those off. But I didn't keep going with it. Oh, excuse me. Um, it was too tedious. And, because of course they're smaller and trying to, mark them off and not mark the wrong stitch, whatever. Um, so I do like to see some progress. So I like that about it. And you learned something else about me tonight, that I am very weird about books. I like to keep my books as brand new. The only thing that I do, and this, it's so funny too, because, I'm so picky with the books, but yet I will write the date and my initials on the very first page of the ones that I've read. I don't feel that I'm very fast. I feel like I don't make as much progress as I want. Well, that caused my dog to lift his head up. I don't know what part of that sounded like something he wanted to pay attention to. Is it progress? Do you like that word? Oh, okay, he winked at me, so yes, he likes that word, guys. Oh boy, let's see. Where am I? See, I can't get rid of them, Jen. I can't. Especially the ones that I've read. My dream was to have my own little library someday, and I do. I have my spare room. I've got bookshelves in there that has all my books on them. So I guess in a way I do have my library. I don't reread them. I just save them. I think there's part of me that thinks that I might want to reread them someday, but chances are I won't ever do that. But and it does. It takes up space, and there are times when I do want to get rid of them, but I can't. No, Nikki, I have actually got three frames, and so I two of them I've got Reggie on one. He's not going to come off. He's going to stay on one, and then my other native one is on one, and then this one here I have kind of taken off and on. Um, so not every time, but I have three that I can rotate through. I've got the 100 centimeter and the 60 centimeter. Here that I'm working on right now is the 80. Reggie's on the 60. Like I said, he will stay on one. I won't be taking him off. But the dragon, I will probably swap this one out with, you know, especially when we start our next stitch along. I'll probably have one of the frames that I swap out to different projects. At least for now, my plan is to get another 60 centimeter here shortly. To me, it's worth, I like the convenience of just grabbing a project that's already set up and go, set up to go. If I have to monkey around with it much to be able to work on it, then chances are I won't do it. I do need things to be fairly easy. If I if I have to work too hard at it, I lose interest. I don't know. I I don't know if I will have time during the week to do another night. I have played around with the idea of it because Monday nights are pretty much dedicated to the dragon, and I have so many other projects that I'd like to work on and be able to show you guys in that. And so I have thought about doing another night, but there's no guarantee on that. I don't know if you guys could handle me more than once a week, though. Yes, the 60 centimeters holds the 50. Let me hold on just a second. I'm gonna go get Reggie and I'll show you. Okay, so this is he is 50 by 70, and so if you see here, and pretty much all the way across. This one is the 60 centimeter, but I'm thinking that they're measured from the end to end, not necessarily your project, unless it's because of the key on the edge. So I guess maybe if you were to measure the 50 centimeter ones from your key all the way to your other side, they would actually measure at 60. That's the only thing that I can think of. But the 50 centimeters fit on the 60 centimeter frames, phenomenal. And then the one that this one's on is this is the 60, or no, the 80, sorry. And I've got extra on both ends. And the 100 centimeter one is massive. I had put one of my larger 90 or 80 by 80s on it. But it was, I don't know. I don't know if it was just the difference of the new print to the old print, or if I just wasn't feeling it. I'm not sure, but I ended up taking it off. I think I put like 5 stitches in it. And I have another one on there, but I do have a couple coming that are larger that I can't wait to get on it. So I am spoiled to the new print, you guys. just the changes with everything, the booklets. I mean, just it's been phenomenal progress. If you guys are thinking about these stands, if you're on the fence with them at all, they are definitely worth it, you guys. Both the lap stand and then also the floor stand. The floor stand is what I'm using right now. I am so much more comfortable stitching now. And even with the lap stand, table stand, whatever you want to call it, I took that with me when we went to North Carolina, and it's just amazing. It sits right over your lap, and it's comfortable to stitch on. They're sturdy enough that I can clip my light, because if you look right here, I've got my light clipped. This is actually clipped to the frame itself. They're just phenomenal. Okay, so it is the actual fabric it goes. Wonder if Reggie's bigger than what I thought then. I don't think so. He should be 50 by 70. Hmm. I wonder if it's because of the legend on the side there, that, maybe he is 50 by 70, but with the legend, it's actually probably a 60. But I am not cutting that one off. I cut the other one because that one came with two. I know he fits perfect on there, so. Oh goodness, you guys. I am going to have to call it a night. It's back to work tomorrow. We didn't even do the top secret word yet. So, did you guys see the pattern? I will pull it up here real quick. Just if I can get my phone to work. So, this is the one that is up for grabs tonight. Let me try to my light turned here. There we go. Look at all those colors and those eyes. Oh, and I love sunflowers. So go to the group, find this post. It's under the featured tab. And then comment the top secret word. And the top secret word is sunflower. That is one of my favorite flowers. I love sunflowers and hibiscus. Those two are my absolute favorites. Yes, she is beautiful. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to finish this thread real quick with you guys and then go make myself get ready to go back to the chaos of work. My dreams of being a full-time stitcher have come to a close. Now back to reality. Come on. Okay. All right, guys. I will see you next week. Have a good week. Don't forget that the Halloween stitch along starts on, well, the images are available on Wednesday. So make sure to go on there, get them, and stay tuned for directions. And we'll talk with Sandy and see if we can't work something out on maybe doing a random stitch along now and then, and we'll keep each other going. I'm hoping, or I'm assuming, that this one will be a year-long one as well. But we'll wait and see what she has in store for us. All right, everyone. I will see you next week. Have a good night.